welcome back to The Inspired Entrepreneur with Heather Hope. Hey, welcome back to The Inspired Entrepreneur podcast with me, Heather Hope. Hey guys, I'm so glad that you're back. Today is September 4th, and we're gonna have another short and sweet one today. Boy, oh boy, these short and sweet ones. Let me know how you think about those. We don't want to spend all day talking, do we? Do we? I don't know. We might. I don't know. Sometimes. So, if you don't know who I am, my name is Heather Hope. Welcome to my podcast. This podcast is a very interesting one. It's a daily one. Can you imagine daily? It's inspired from the book that I am just about to have completed called The Inspired Entrepreneur. It's daily, it's 366 days of nuggets with that have to do with the law of attraction and your business. So I work with entrepreneurs. I actually work with entrepreneurs, business owners, same thing basically, right? Kind of the same thing. Um, and I also work with like a high level net worth type of people, entrepreneurs, celebrities, kind of a variety, but people who work for themselves essentially. And I help them really understand the law of attraction, how the universe works, spirituality, all this amazing, amazing stuff, and helping them get further along in their business and their life. So, if that sounds interesting to you, let's jump into it. But let me take just a 45-second break for just right now, and we'll jump right into our topic today of letting go of the urgency. We'll jump right in. 1 minute. Just hold on, hold on. I'll be right back. Hey everyone, while we're on a quick little break, I just wanted to let you know about this amazing podcast platform that we're all on right now, at least I am. It's called Anchor, anchor.fm. You can download the app for free, or you can go to anchor.fm on your computer and start podcasting. You can do this all within just a matter of minutes. Set up an account for free and start podcasting. If you've ever thought about if it's something that you've been inspired to do, which I know a lot of you it has been, go check it out. Go check it out right now. It is really, really easy, guys. Trust me. I like doing things with ease, and this is it. So check it out. Thanks a lot. Okay, so we are back. Okay, so excuse me. Sorry for my voice. I'm sounding extra raspy today, aren't I? Okay. Sorry for all the noise. Okay, so September 4th, you have to let go of the urgency. You have to let go of the urgency. When you think about like when you're in a hurry. Now, this is so true. Let me give you some examples. One really prime good example is okay, so you're in a hurry, right? When you're in a hurry, like in a rush, you're late for something, you feel some tension, don't you? You feel stressed, you feel tension, you feel like, oh my gosh, I'm so behind, blah, 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 right? And you get into your car and you're driving down the street and you're just like trying to get to work. So you're just going to work, which I don't know how many of you actually have a job, but so you're going for an appointment, you're meeting a client, whatever it is, and you're late and you're just stressed out because you're late, right? And you have tension, you have stress. That's resistance. Okay, so you're driving down the street and what happens? What typically happens when you're in a real rush and you're late? You hit all the red lights, right? For the most part, I would say it's pretty rare that you would hit all green lights if you're in a really big hurry, right? So catch yourself. So this is what happens. That's all resistance. Every time you're in a resistant place within yourself, right? You have all this resistance because you're late and you're frustrated and you're all these things, right? It's all resistance, all of it. Every single emotion during those times is resistance. And what happens with energy, right? Resistance introduced makes things not go for you. This is why you'll have like this bad day. If you don't change that emotion, things keep happening that you're like, what the hell? What kind of day? Like, why? This is a shitty day, right? Basically, this is a really bad day. Nothing's going my way. And then you reinforce it by saying those things, right? Like, oh my God, I'm just missing every light. I'm getting all the red lights. You call your spouse, you're like, God, this is terrible. I keep missing all the lights. Like, I'm sitting at every light. So you're reaffirming it. That's an affirmation. It's an affirmation that you're resonating with, right? This is why we say only use affirmations that you are resonating with, like that they, and they resonate in those moments when they're true, right? I'm sitting at all the red lights today. Well, keep affirming that, it'll keep happening. See how that works? It's so powerful. This is just all these little tweaks that you can do during the day to really make your day flow well. And so think about it. Think about the other things that you are manifesting, all the things that you want in your life. This is one of the most common things that my clients come to me about is they want things now. They want it now. They're impatient. They're frustrated. They're just like, why isn't this happening now? All these things, like I really need the money, especially the money issue, right? When people really need money, there's an urgency to it. There's a sense of urgency, which is all resistance. And when there's resistance, right? It just slows it down to a standstill most of the time. So that's why we have to let go. You have to let go of the urgency. So that's when you practice, okay, so let me chill out. Let me regroup. Let me breathe. Let me meditate. Have we talked about meditation yet? Not yet. So let's get back into a better place. Let's find a better feeling, emotion, right? So if you're in the space of, I did this yesterday. A good example. This week, yesterday, I went to the grocery store. It was a whole thing just to get to the grocery store, but because it was stormy and raining, and anyway, I was going to go to the store to get some things, and the cashier was a bit aloof, a bit not really caring whether she did her job or not, type of way. And I could have gotten frustrated. No, I did. I did for a little bit, but I didn't say anything. I was trying to just keep my cool. And so I stood there because she was waiting for the manager to do her job, basically. But so I stood there. It was taking a while. And I stood there and I'm like telling myself, okay, chill out, because it's that self-talk. I know what happens when I'm frustrated. I know what happens when I introduce that resistance. Of course, it's like justified, right? But it doesn't matter. None of it matters. If it's justified or not, it does not matter. Resistance is resistance. It doesn't matter how justified you are in it. What matters is, do you want your life to be freaking amazing or not? That's really the question to ask. When you're in these moments of frustration, resistance, urgency, really ask yourself, okay, do I want my life to be amazing? Or do I want all this resistance? That's the question to ask. When you're in these moments are just moments. When you're just like pissed off or frustrated with people or whatever it is, right? The manifestation's not coming yet. It hasn't come yet. You can feel that feeling for a minute, right? Not even a minute, but feel it for a moment. And then you got to tell yourself, you have to ask yourself, do I want all this stuff that I want? Do I want it to be coming sooner or later? Sooner or later, sooner or later. I'm sure you're going to say, I want it. I want it sooner. I want all that I want. I want all the manifestations sooner rather than later. So this is where I used to call this, I think I called this hardcore mindset. I was really saying that for the longest time with my clients. Hardcore mindset. Making those decisions in those moments of, am I going to get myself back in order? Like, am I going to get my emotions under control? Or am I going to throw a freaking fit? You know what I mean? Like, I understand. Been there so many times. Been there, done that too many times. But once I realized, or once I learned, once I really understood all of this stuff that we were talking about here, I chilled out a lot more. A lot more. And you know what happens when you chill out a lot more? You become a happier person. You know what happens when you become a happier person? Amazing things happen. The things that you want come easily. Money comes in easier. Clients come in. Oh my God, clients come in so much easier. You find your soulmate. Just all these things come into your life with ease because you chilled out. I'm telling you. So let go of the urgency. So you got to let go of the idea that I just want it now. I want it now, blah, blah, blah. So let me tell you, let's just keep going with this topic. I've had numerous conversations with my clients about money, especially the business owners, entrepreneurs, myself. I mean, I learned this, through my own experience first and foremost. But when it comes to money, you have to do things to reduce that urgency. So say if your circumstance is you just don't have enough money. You don't have enough money. Maybe your business is not making the money that you need to stay afloat. Okay, it happens. I've had numerous clients in the past come to me in this situation, and they want it now. They want more money now, and it's like, well, there's too much resistance right now. There really is. So, one of the things that we work with, or that we talk about, is you may need to get a job. Don't click stop. Don't put this podcast away. Don't unfollow me, please. Let me tell you. Let me give you a story of one past client that I had. We were talking, and she hadn't made money in her business for many months, and we had this discussion about money because I mean I had moments like this too, of course, when you're starting out and you're not making enough and you have rent to pay and all these bills. So I found a job that was very flexible and did that for a while. Kept myself afloat until my business did gain momentum. And so we talked about that for her. Some ideas, like, for one thing, like food delivery, like all these apps, like DoorDash, Uber Eats, Postmates, all those. You know what I'm talking about. Um, the companies that have been going crazy the last 5, 6 months, right? 5 months or so. They've been, it was a good business to get into. So she really liked the idea. She's like, "Oh, wow. Yeah." And because I told her all about it. I'm like, literally, you have an app as your boss. Like, there's nobody to talk to. I'm not promoting any food delivery apps. I'll tell you my favorite, but the one that I used all the time back in the day was DoorDash. That was the good one for me. But anyway, just saying, if money is a stressor, find something to do in the meantime. Because what that's going to do is help you release that resistance around money. If you start bringing in money in different ways, it doesn't matter which way. Like do something. Do something. If this is inspiring to you, you know what I mean? So like it'll let go of that urgency. When you can bring in money from a different source outside your business, because if your business isn't making money or not enough money yet and you're just like stressed out about it, you got to let go of that stress. And part of that would be possibly, not always, this is not the greatest advice for everybody. If it's calling to you, you're like, "Oh my god, that's such a great idea." Then go see what it's about. But let me tell you what happened to my client. She was feeling hopeful. She was feeling pretty good. I was telling her all about it. Oh my god, there's no boss. You can set your own hours. It's really great pay most of the time. Yeah, it's a great pay, especially, during really busy times. And she really liked the idea. So here she is sitting here, liking the idea, feeling really inspired. What does that do to a person? That releases resistance. When you can take your mind off of the thing, get excited about something else, even if it's related, doesn't matter. It's releasing resistance around that. Okay, so she's like, I'm going to check it out. This sounds good. I could do something. I could go drive around. No biggie. That sounds like fun. The next day, she went to a party. She felt like getting extra dressed up for it. She went to the party completely just there to have fun and met a potential client. Somebody talking to her, what do you do? Blah, blah, blah. And she was like, they wanted her business card. She's like, oh my God, let me find it. So she finds a business card, gives it to her, has an appointment like a day or two later. This is over the weekend. And she also had another client appointment the next, couple days later. But from that, she hadn't made a sale in 10 months in her business, not a single sale. She was kept plugging away, kept plugging away. You know how that goes. You just keep doing it. You're just like, okay, it's gotta work eventually, right? But during that time, there's a bunch of resistance because that's why it's not working, right? Basically, if it's not working, it's just resistance for the most part. I mean, it's just typically what it is. So she closed on I think it was $20,000 client 2 days later after that party. She hadn't made any money in 10 months. She made 20 grand. That was what the client contract was, 20 grand. And guess what? She never needed to take a DoorDash job or a food delivery job or any other job. She just had the idea, thought it felt fun, exciting, hopeful at the very least, right? So it let go of the resistance of not signing clients. It let go of the resistance of not making any money in 10 months. It let go of that resistance. And poof, client just came right in that quickly. Okay, so the point is let go of the urgency, no matter what it is. It doesn't matter if it's about money or it's about that you're late for an appointment or whatever it is. And you keep missing, you keep grabbing these red lights. You're like, what the hell? Right? Get it. I get it. You get frustrated with the cashier. You got to let it go. What happened, by the way, when I went to the cashier or whatever, we were waiting for the manager. Manager was frustrated with her. I just try to keep it as cool as possible because what else? If I get angry at her, we live in a really small town right now. It's not going to work out. Like, I know how to live in a small town now. It's like you just don't cause a whole lot of waves and you can live pretty peacefully, if you know what I mean. If you've ever lived in a small town, there's like things that you do and things that you don't do. So what ended up happening was there was a whole bunch of price checks because things weren't ringing up right. And so ended up getting a whole lot of discounted items, like things taken off the bill that didn't really need to be, but they didn't really care to check. And I was just questioning some things. And long story short, I saved like 12 extra dollars from that. And it's like, it's just part of that abundance in the universe of like, here's more because you're not limiting it. You're staying cool. You're looking around the store, looking at whatever else you can to get your mind off of the frustrating cashier in front of you. You just have to do those things. You have to chill out, let the universe handle it, and it pays off. It just pays off for you. Okay, guys, I'm gonna run. My voice is raspy, so I gotta go. So, um, follow me on Heather Hope, Law of Attraction Business Coach on Facebook. And each day I post the graphic for the day, whatever it is. Today is obviously what we're just talking about. And you can always find the link for this podcast over there. You can make comments over there. Even better, right? Make comments over there. Let me know. Let me know when you listen to this podcast. Let me know what you think. Give me some examples. Ask any questions you have over there. Perfect, right? Okay, have an amazing day, and I will talk to you tomorrow.